Hi everyone, I'm Lulu from Plants by Lulu and welcome on my channel. Today is not the video I said I would do because the thing I was waiting for hasn't arrived yet, and that's what I wanted to show you. So I can't because it didn't arrive. But I think it's kind of gonna be the same as last time where I show you plants I have bought. And that's because I went plant shopping with a friend this week. And I found yesterday also another plant which I'm very excited about. And so I just want to share with you, I think, an important part of being a plant person. And that is that sometimes you fall out of love with a plant that's in your home, or it's not doing that great and you fall out of love with how it looks in total. And I have that with a few of my plants, and I'm gonna swap them out with other plants. They are all relatively cheap plants, so if it's not working out, I can change them up again. They're all common plants, so nothing fancy. I hope you enjoy this video and this type of videos. If you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button and let's go! One of the things I want to start with, you may have seen throughout my videos, is this plant here. And that's because it doesn't look great. I bought that plant with my boyfriend. He kind of chose it. And I already said to him, I don't know how this plant works. I don't know how it grows. I don't know how to manage it. So I kind of searched for people on Instagram, how they take care of it, and I saw new growth and how it grows, and I thought, okay, that's manageable. And so I think in the first 2 or 3 months it kind of browned a lot of leaves, so I cut those leaves off eventually because the browning happened more and more. So I decided to kind of cut those off, and I thought the new growth will grow and it will become more beautiful and leaning towards one side, which kind of gives a bonsai effect. So that's what I thought. And then I thought new growth would happen, and those seem to be the flowers, so there's no new growth. It was my mistake that I cut so much off, but also I'm not happy with this plant. I'm not happy how it looks in the space. I'm not happy with the plant in general. So I wanted to swap it out with another green lush plant that's not gonna be like covering this space, because the plant before this I really loved, but it became too high and then all the plants here didn't get enough light, so they didn't grow. I think I have a great replacement. It's this one, and I think when you see the blooms, you know which plant this is. This is a normal Spathiphyllum. And I choose this one because it has such big, beautiful green leaves. And I'm not a fan of the flowers, so I'm gonna cut them off. Also to redirect the energy of the plant towards the leaves and not towards the flowers. But I think in this space, if you can see, I will put it upright. The leaves are kind of hanging down, but the plant is still growing upwards, and I think I was looking for that the whole time. And I just love the look of this one here. Don't you think? It looks great. It looks really good, I think. So you can compare them here, and I think it looks so much better. So I'm very happy with this choice. The next plant I want to swap out is also in the living room, and that's this one. And I bought this plant because I thought it would look cool with the other plants, and I kind of misjudged that because I thought the blue sheen would complement the plants. I think now it kind of sticks out, also because of its texture. The one next to it is more big leafed, and this one is just so delicate and small. So I'm not gonna throw away this plant, but I'm gonna put it somewhere else, and I'm gonna swap him out with another plant in this space. This is the plant I'm gonna swap it out with. And I already have this plant. I want to trill it. and to have kind of the same size of leaves. And the plant I have is kind of growing in size and is growing upwards beautifully, and I just want one that was already used to hanging. These in the Netherlands at this moment are not a lot, like €5. I just wanted to try and to see if this gives the space more cohesion. So you see them here side by side, and I think you can tell that it looks better. It looks more cohesive, and I think that's because it's the same type of trading plant, even though they're different colors. So I think I am happy with this. Then we go on to the 3 plants I needed in the bedroom. This one I just bought because it wasn't that expensive, and I don't have any experience with this plant. I can see this is the only stem that has it, but it has, I don't know if you can see it. It has red markings on the back, but it's the only stem that has it, kind of. And I think that's cool, but also that wasn't my intention. I'm just seeing it now. I think this one hangs beautifully. And this one is going above my head in the bedroom. And every plant I put there died. And so this is just an experiment. I've never had this type of plant. It's a Nemantus gregarius. And I honestly don't know how to care for it. I would assume just like a normal succulent type plant, because the leaves are quite succulent. Kind of like a Hoya maybe. I'm quite happy how it looks already. I just have to put it in that space. As you can see, there was nothing here. So I think every green plant that I would put here and that it's trailing would be a good choice. But as you can see, it fits good, and let's hope this plant will survive, and I know how to care for this one. So these 2, I'm going to show you both. And those are these 2. I think when I look on camera, you can see the difference in color, but in person, it's more nuanced. They're both peperomias. I don't really like peperomias. I had them in my care for a long time, but every peperomia I had over a longer period of time just didn't do great, didn't do good. But I think I had this one once, and the leaves were getting darker, I think more like this, because they're very light green. And this is kind of the same plant, a bit more round, because this is a bit more oval, elongated. And this is very dark. Maybe I had this one, because I remember I had a darker one with like the leaf shapes of this one, but the darkness of this one. So it may be this one. But yeah, they're just look so alike, but they're different. For example, this part kind of looks like the most darkest part, which I showed you of this one. And so I think that's pretty cool. And I want to kind of hang them above each other like this. You can now see a comparison between the 2. There was another peperomia in it, and I really loved that peperomia. I saw that one grow with a friend of mine, and that one grew beautifully, and so that's why I bought it when it was in store. I can't really find it at this moment, but that's why I bought it. And I still love the plant, but not how he grows now. So I'm not gonna throw it away. I will keep this plant, but I will prune him so he goes back to the way I really loved. So again, like last time, this is a very short video. I really hope the thing that I want to show you arrives in time for the next one, but I can't guarantee, because I honestly don't know. I sent them an email. They said, yeah, it's gonna be sent out. I haven't received anything that it is actually sent out, so I'm a bit worried, but let's wait and see what happens. We're arrived at the last plant I want to show you, and this wasn't a plant I was planning on buying. This was also another plant I was getting with my friend. I saw this one literally yesterday. It wasn't even in a garden center or something. But this one I really wanted in 2020, I think, or 2019. I got a cutting with 2 leaves that survived for 2.5 years, I want to say. Didn't have any new growth. Only those 2 leaves. They had withstand drought, but also overwatering. It was really a stem with 2 leaves, but it didn't grow for me. And then I think one day 1 leaf started to yellow, and then the next week the other leaf started to yellow, and then the whole cutting just died. When there are multiple leaves, I really love the look, because in my mind, kind of the 2-leaf cutting is inscribed in my mind. So in my head, that's the only way the plant looks. But I've seen it now in person, and I fell in love with the plant. And it's the Hoya australis albo. I really love it. It really looks so cute. I think when it's bigger, it will look better, and when it's trailing. But I feel like the shape of the leaves is kind of Hoya, I think, Fitchii. I will put down below what I mean, but the leaf shape is of course the Hoya australis, but it kind of reminds me of this Hoya, and the variegation is the Hoya Crimson Queen variegation, and I just really love the combination. And also that the leaves are quite dark. They're not that light green, but they're quite dark green, and I also really love that. Also, because I wasn't planning on buying this, I don't really have a space at the moment for it, so I have to shovel things around and look for a space for this beautiful one. So that was the last plant. I really hope you enjoyed this video and you liked it. Let me know in the comments down below if you have plants you want to swap out, or if one of those plants you would also choose for your home. If you haven't already, please hit the subscribe and the like button, and I will see you in the next video. Hopefully the thing has arrived by then. Doei!